Okay, welcome to another Sunday, lesson 18, and we don't have any paperwork with this one, no PDFs. I'm just going to show you what you can start doing as far as little exercises, and I find this very therapeutic to do this. And sometimes I'll just sit around and noodle around in these scales, and without any general direction. I'm not trying to create a solo. Now see, the difference between knowing these scales and knowing solos are two different things. You have to know these scales. Well, you don't have to, but it's very good to know these scales in order to create solos. In my opinion, a solo is something that's very specific to a song. The song carries an emotion, and you're trying to use the ukulele to further along that emotion, whatever it is. And so to just play a jam solo, you know, there's people that are good enough, but it always kind of turns generic to me. So that's a different discussion, and we'll get into it later. But you have the tools now to start learning to solo. But this is a noodling exercise, and this is what I'd like you to do. The beginning of the year, end of December, beginning of the year, we're going to go into a blues course. And what you've learned here is in how much you practice it and get this ingrained in your being is going to dictate how easy it is when you get to the blues course. Because believe it or not, all the patterns are the same in the blues course. So learning these patterns and getting them down is going to help you with the blues course. So there's that. So this is what I like to do sometimes. I like to be very aware of what I'm doing and do things on purpose. So if I'm going to be in C, you know, here's pattern 1, C. I'll just start and hit a chord, and then that's pattern 1, and I know I'm playing pattern 1. And then when I want to go to 3, or pattern 2, there's the chord. I know the chord. Going to pattern 3. There's my root. Then go high root. Pattern 4. There's the root. And then I'm on 5 now. To 1. So see what I did is I've went all the way from pattern 1 back up to pattern 1 again. And you don't have to play connected like that. You can be in pattern 1. And then you could go to pattern number, say, 3, you know? Back to 1. You know, and then go back to 3 or 4 even. Back to 3, 2. You know, so just be aware of what you're doing and pick a key, maybe do a key a day. You know, I want to do E now. Now, this is 5. To 1. To 2. To 3. To 2. To 1. So I know what's going on. I know where I'm gonna go, you know, and just start playing these patterns, connecting the chords. You know, that's pattern 3, 4 chord, and also 5. This is D. Where are we? E. that's pattern number 4 for E. You know, and if I want to play, here's G, so pattern 4. To pattern number 3, 4, there's 5, to 1, 2, and now I'm in 2 because this is the chord for 2 and 3. So it's going to take you a little time, but it's well worth the effort in the you know, to put in the thought. You have all the tools now. If you've been going through this and you've been keeping up and you've been playing these chords and these patterns, it's now time to make them fluid. And it's time to start connecting them in the way that you want to connect them. And, you know, a lot of times in D, I'm D, you know, it doesn't hurt when you're playing to play the chord. I just played the chord. And so that's a neat little thing that you can do. And then play it, you know. So just start playing with it. Start noodling around, trying different things. In the weeks to come, I'm going to do micro little short lessons, and we're going to talk about specific licks that you can do to incorporate into your playing. And I might give you an example. You know, I might say, hey, you know this song, this is a lick that the lead guitar player does in this song, and it's kind of cool. You can replicate that, you know, and then make that one something that you like to do a lot too. Or you can use part of it and modify it to do whatever you want to do. But we've really made some good progress. This is the first full course that I designed, and I'm pretty happy with it. Back in the day, I took caged courses, and they were very fast, and my goal with this was to kind of get down into the cracks and start, you know, how do we think about these and how do they relate to each other? And that's where I came up with the philosophy of one note, one chord, linking those all together. So I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out, and I sure hope that if you're using it and you made it through, that you're feeling the same way that I am about this course. So as always, you're more than welcome to ask questions. I'm here to answer questions. If you've enjoyed this, please subscribe. There's going to be more. We're going to have a finger picking course coming up in the future, which should be fun. That'll get us away from solos. But the cool thing is that finger picking translates where you can be strumming, go to finger picking, and, you know, mesh them all together. Okay, so again, that's it. We have made it through. Congratulations. And I'll see you at the next little micro lesson. So great job. And until next time, you know what I'm about to say. Keep on playing.